All right, y'all, what is up? We are back for Grand Slam Miami. I was going to I actually was doing my preview for the meet like I did for Kingston on Thursday, but a lot of stuff happened on Thursday. I don't even want to talk about it on here, even though if you are in the track community, you probably already know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to talk about it here. But that's what kind of derailed me from doing it on Thursday as well as yesterday as well. Just being wrapped up in my mind. If you know, you know. But we are here today. I watched yesterday. I watched today. We had some really, really good performances. I was nervous because if you know about Miramar, you know it's very windy almost every time they have the meet. And when I say very windy, we get a lot of illegal times. So I was expecting to see a lot of illegal times. We got a lot of legal times. And with Miramar, with them illegal wins, we all know with a wind pushing in a flat or sometimes in a hurdle too, even though with hurdles, especially the 100 hurdles or the 110 hurdles, too much wind can end up pushing you on a hurdle super quick and then it might throw you off your rhythm. But it was not bad this time. The wind that came was just right. But we'll get into that. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be here all season. And that includes Diamond Leagues as well, World Championships, USAs. Even though Diamond League right now, Grand Slam is taking the cake. Grand Slam is taking the cake. We've had 2 Diamond League meets. I have not paid for anything for Flow Track. I'm trying to debate if I even want to because they're going to show the races on Twitter and then I can just recap it there. But Grand Slam, I'm watching it. But we're going to get into it. But like I said, thumbs up the video, drop a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and let's go ahead and get on into it. We are starting off with yesterday, which is day 1 of Grand Slam Miami. We started off the meet with the women's 100 hurdles. What we have, the lineup we have is Masai Russell, Tia Jones, Akira Nugent, Kenny Harrison, Megan Tapper, Alicia Johnson, and Maribel Salcedo. So this is another very, very strong lineup. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 6 names that you see here have all been in an Olympic. No, I'm lying. Tia Jones was not, but the rest of them have been in an Olympic final. Tia Jones is a previous world record holder in the indoor 60 hurdles. So this lineup is a lineup. Them 6 names that I was talking about are big time names. And I was very, very excited to see this because, like I said, with the win that we knew we was possibly going to get, we could possibly see some fast times. This race, first of all, let me just say, the way that they shot this race pissed me all the way off. They fixed it today because we didn't get those type of shots. But the whole drone type shot where they were up above the hurdles, you could see who was in the lead, which is good to see on a replay because you want to see, okay, who's getting to what hurdle first. That was good to watch on a replay. Watching it live, that pissed me off because it's like I want to see a good angle to where we can really see who's really making a move when they're making a move. And it just didn't help the viewership, especially with this particular race. As you see here with those times are legal times. The win was 2.0. It was almost illegal, but it was legal. And as you see here, the top 6 went under 12.6. This is May. It's literally, if you want to be real, you could literally throw it in April because it's literally the beginning of May. These women running like this quick is crazy. But Masai Russell and Tia Jones. Tia Jones, I saw the splits. Tia Jones was in first place all the way up until hurdle 8. That's when Masai made the move and ended up getting in front of her. But when these times came up yesterday, I was like, something ain't right. Because sometimes it meets, if you watch track meets or been to track meets, you already know sometimes the flash time that they put up on the scoreboard is just like what they think they stopped it on. And sometimes it could go down 2/10, 3/10. I thought that was what was going to happen. When I saw 12:17, I said, hold on. But it stayed. And I'm like, damn. And then you look at Tia's and she ran 12:19 too. I'm like, damn. The world record is 12:12. As you see here on this right side with Toby Amasai back in 2022 at World Championships in Eugene. So this, starting off the meet, I was like, oh yeah, this is what Grand Slam wants. They want to see these type of times because You're branding it as the best of the best competing in these slims, and you want to see the best of the best at their best. And we get to see two women literally shatter their PRs. Masai's PR was 12:25 coming into this. Tia's was 12:38 coming into this. Tia really shattered hers. And it's special for Tia, too, because she tore her ACL. This is her first, quote-unquote, full season since having that ACL repair. And then Masai, for her to have been running, I mean, honestly, even though she won in Drake last week, she ran into a headwind, but she still ran like 12.6. So essentially to her, after the indoor season she had, she probably was not satisfied with that. So for her to come here after the last Grand Slam when she ran like 12.7, this is a big step up for her. She took her season's best from 12.6 to 12.17 in May. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Even though if we take the wind down a little bit, that's probably going to run up to like 12.3. But regardless, 12.17 is 12.17. You don't ran 12.17, whether it's wind aided or not. You did it. That's in your legs. She's going to have that extra added confidence with her already being the Olympic champion. Tia's going to have that extra confidence anyways as well because she's been rolling. And then not only to take away from them, or take away from the rest of the field, Akira Nugent, 12.34. That is not a slouch time. That is not. Kenny Harrison, 12.40. Not a slouch time. Megan Tapper, 12.5. Oh, not a slouch time. And my girl, Lele, considering everything that she's been through the last couple days, and from what I know, she was running that race with a pounding head. And when I say a pounding head, a headache. After everything, I'm not even going to get into it, but y'all do your research. That's all I'm going to say. Do your research. Send prayers up for her. Just send prayers up for her. What happened to her did not need to happen to her. Should not have happened to her. I could go on for days, but I'm not going to do it. But send a prayer up for her. But for her to get out there and do that and run the way she did under those conditions, running 12.56, season's best for her. Second race of the season. She's in amazing form. It makes me wonder and wish that we would have been able to see her knowing that she in good health. Seeing her in good health, what happened to her, say it didn't happen to her, what she could have ran in good health. So, like, it's sad. But shout out to Tia and Masai. That put them at number 2 and 3 all time. They both went under the American record, which was Kenny Harrison's for, 6 years now? Maybe longer than that. So, they're number 1 and 2 for American and number 2 and 3 all time. So, shout out to them. Big, big performances. We're going to move to the long sprints group. We got Jereem Richards. We got Ogando. We're going to get into him. Samukonga. We got Matthew Hudson-Smith. We got Bryce Deadmon. We got Jacory Patterson, who just won his indoor bronze medal at Worlds. Stephen Gardiner, the myth, the legend, the man, he's back. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's healthy. As we all know, he was injured. He's back. He's healthy. It was good to see him on the track. They were running the 200 in this event yesterday. And I was looking at Jereem Richards. I was very excited to see him. We found out that he was sick in Kingston, and I know he was beating himself up. You could tell in all the interviews that he had post-race. He was not satisfied with his performance. He knew he was capable of doing better, so I was expecting him to do better, and that's exactly what he did. Ogando, though, coming off that turn, that nigga was in the lead, and he was cutting up. But then you see Jereem coming down the last probably 30, 40 meters, and that's when he really got into high gears. Them knees was up, arms was pumping, and Ogando was on the line. Now, these are the type of races that you want to see. And they both set a world lead. 1986, legal time. Was it legal? I think it was legal too, if I'm remembering correctly. But regardless, 1986 is 1986. Jereem Richards got his 12 points. Ogando got 8. Samukonga got 6. Stephen Gardiner got 5. And you see so on and so forth. Matthew Hudson-Smith was shocking to me. I was not expecting him this fall as far as he did in this race. That was shocking to me considering the fact that he won in Kingston for the 200. So that was interesting to me. But we'll talk about that later on. But shout out to Jereem Richards. I root for Jereem Richards. He's one of my favorite athletes. I'm happy that he had such a good showing at this meet, but we'll get into it later on. We're now going to move into the women's short sprints. The lineup we got is Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. We got Tamari Davis, Favour Ofili. Happy to see her here. We also have Gabby Thomas. As we know, last slam, Gabby Thomas, she was in the long sprints group, and she was in the 400, 200. So I'm glad that she's kind of playing around. Like, we know Gabby is one of those athletes that can run all three of those distances, the 1, the 2, and the 3 and the 4. So exciting to see her challenging herself. It's good to challenge yourself in all distances. This is like challenging your fitnesses as well. So she's here with these girls. We know Gabby can run a good 100. Jacious Sears, we got Brittany Brown. Happy to see her back. She is a racer, so she was not in Kingston. Glad to see her show up here. I believe she's opening her season here too. And we got Kayla White and Daryll Neita. So pretty formidable lineup. Not a single lady in this list that I am disappointed to see. So I was excited to see this, and the results did not shock me at all. I knew Melissa Jefferson was going to win. I knew Tamari Davis was going to give her a fight, and that's what happened. Their legal, I think their win was 2.4, so it was not legal. But regardless, both of those girls ran 10.7. Melissa was hype as a mug, and as she should be. But Tamari looked great. Favour Ofili looked great as well. But great running. It's setting the tone. Day one, it was setting the tone for the meet. Great performances, fast times. That's what we want to see when we see slams, and that's what we want to see in track meets. So you want to see fast times, and for us to be getting those fast times this early into the season, it's like, whoa. And it's like, I hope these athletes stay in this type of zone, but also maintain their health so that whenever it does matter later on in September, whenever it's World Championship time, they'll be able to do this again and probably even better. But this was a good race. We'll move to the women's 400, which is the long sprints group. I was excited about this one too. We have another strong lineup. We got Paulino, we got Nasser, we got Alexis Holmes, we got Isabella Whitaker, who broke the 400 indoor collegiate record this year. She's here, first pro race of the season, I believe, for her. Nikisha Price, we got Sade Williams, I believe that is. Amber Anning, the current reigning indoor 400 meter champion. And then we got Kendall Ellis. Lineup. I was really excited to see this matchup between Paulino and Nasser, because I'm like, we all saw what Nasser did in Kingston. And I'm like, how is Paulino going to respond? Because Paulino didn't look bad at all in Kingston, but we all knew that she was just starting her season. And I was excited to see how this is going to show up. The top three, as you see here, is Paulino, Nasser, and Alexis Holmes. Those were the three coming in about 300 meters at that point that were truly in the lead. Amber Anning was right there behind Alexis Holmes. But that's when they all started to make their move around that turn. That was when Nasser was in the lead. She was probably a good maybe 5 or 6 meters. Maybe I might be stretching it in front of Paulino. But Paulino made her move coming home. The last like 20 meters is when she made her move and ended up getting Nasser on the line. Loved it. Another fast time, 49.21, almost 48 seconds in May for both of those women. Alexis Holmes, 50.36. Whitaker, who also coming on off that second turn, she was making her move. That's when she really started to make a move. So these ladies, they delivered as well. We had a very strong first day. But we'll move to day 2. Day 2, we started off with the girl herself, the GOAT, Sid the Kid, the best of the best in the 400 hurdles. And I really don't have too much to say because, like, Sydney, I want to see Sydney do what Gabby's done. I want to see her get into some other events because this is pretty much training for her. Like, nobody's beating her. Nobody was shocked. I was very happy to see Shamir Little back on the track. She was opening her season. So I wasn't expecting her to run too fast. I hate that she fell all the way to 8th. But we'll see how she performs tomorrow in the 400. But Anjanette Knight, very strong performance. Anna Hall, also very strong performance as well for her. But Sydney McLaughlin was the queen. She reigned supreme. She was stutter stepping a lot. I noticed that. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but regardless, she was. But she can even do that and still be 2 seconds ahead of everybody else. But we all know this is early. Sydney she really don't run this early. So maybe that's what it is. But Sydney is Sydney. She'll get it together whenever it matters. I see her. And then running 52 seconds in May. Yeah. Are we going to see 49 in September? I wouldn't doubt her. You'd be stupid to doubt that Sydney could do what Sydney wants to do. But yeah, we'll move on. We get back to the short hurdles, running the 100 open. As you see here, Alicia Johnson did not run. Serena Samba-Mayela, I did not mention her. She is a racer. This is the second slam that she did not perform. I know she was actually there this time, and she was in the warm-ups and stuff, and I believe she might have, I don't know, her coach might have told her to sit down. Hopefully she's not injured, which I'm assuming that she might be. But I'm starting to wonder what they're going to do. Because if Serena's not going to run, and we got 2 more slams, and Tia's been here 2 slams, and Tia has performed extremely well in those hurdles, I'm starting to question if they might even switch. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with the contracts. And I know, because I know Samba-Mayela, she is contractually obligated to run at these meets, but I don't know. But Lele is not running. I personally know it's due to her health. So, like I said, send her prayers. But yeah, Serena and Lay did not run. So we have 6 ladies running: Akira Nugent, Masai Russell, Megan Tapper, Tia Jones, Kenny Harrison, and Maribel Salcedo. So this one, I was not shocked at all. Not shocked at all. If you want to say who is the class of the field in the open 100 for the hurdles, it's easily Akira Nugent. Easily. And it's crazy how she always has Masai's number. The only time she didn't get her was at that Olympic Games. She always finds a way to snatch it back. But Masai held on to second to get her 50K. But Akira Nugent, around maybe 50, 60, and I'm probably pushing it, maybe even 40 meters, she was already in cruise control. And she started to pull away from the pack. But Megan Tapper was right there behind her, and Kenny Harrison was right behind. They were battling for second place, but it was clear as day Akira Nugent was winning this. 11:08, if I'm remembering correctly. I think it was legal, but she ends up winning the slam. That is 2 Jamaican hurdlers back to back in the first 2 slams winning their 100K. It was Akira Nugent's birthday. That's a great birthday gift for her. But no, Masai shouldn't be upset either, because she ended up getting second place. That's $50,000 for her. I'm sure she's not mad at that. I know she probably wanted the 100K, but 50K ain't bad either. But Megan Tapper up for third. She was super excited. I believe Megan is unsponsored. I remember she was with Puma, but looking at what she was wearing, I didn't see any brand. So I'm assuming she's unsigned. This is going to be great for her as well. $30,000. Tia Jones for 4th. Kenny Harrison for 5th. Salcedo for 6th, and Lele still gets her money, $12,500. So shout out to her. Happy for them. The ladies in the hurdles always deliver. Shout out to all of these ladies for putting on great performances as always. We'll move on to the long sprints. This one was a big one. I started off, like I said, I started doing my preview, even though I didn't finish it. But I was talking about Jacory Patterson and his confidence coming into these later meets in the season, considering that he left indoors with a bronze medal. Getting a medal, I'm pretty sure, I've never experienced it, but I can only imagine getting a medal probably secures a level of confidence in you that you probably didn't have without that medal. And I knew it was probably going to do something for him here. And with him running indoors, he's already in good form. He's in good shape. From what I know, he's still healthy. So he was a threat. And if anybody didn't think so, you're crazy. But he made his move coming home. And it was a battle between him and Jereem Richards. Matthew Hudson-Smith performed a lot better than he did yesterday, but he still ended up third. But Jacory Patterson, 43.98. That is a big PR for him. He won the 400, which brought him all the way from, he was in 6th place yesterday, all the way up to 2nd. So he got 50K. Jereem Richards, my boy, 2nd place, 44.32. He was extremely happy. As you see in the picture here, he was dancing. He won the slam. He got his 100K. Such a big turnaround for him since the last slam. So shout out to him. And Alexander Ogando, $30,000. Shout out to him as well. But we'll move on to the 110s. The 110s is also exciting too, because Cordell Tinch ended up smashing his PR. 12.87 this morning in China at the Diamond League. He saw what Masai did and said, look, Take this. But Trey Cunningham, big. He's one of those ones that's got a lot of confidence. He beat Grant Holloway a couple weeks ago. Grant has now lost two races. I believe the only 2 races that he's run outdoors this season he's lost. And Trey was one of those people that beat him. So I'm like, Trey got a lot of confidence coming into here. You done beat the Grand Slam champion, if you want to keep it real. Not Grand Slam here, but like he's won indoor and outdoor worlds and is the Olympic champion. So he's won all of the events that you can win in track and field. The big ones. And the big championships. But you beat him. And that's big confidence for Trey coming into here. Sasha Zoya, that's my boy. Rooting for him hard. He's got a lot of confidence coming into here after the last slam. He's kind of like the rising star, if you're asking me. Like, this season, I feel like he's the rising star. He's going to be a big thing coming in September. I feel like if he stays healthy, he going to make some noise. He possibly could end up getting a medal. He ended up PRing as well. 13:06. These boys was running down, boy. Running down. 13:06. Freddie Crittenden up to 3rd. 13:09, which is good for him because I don't think he performed as well in the hurdles last slam. Jamal Britt, unsponsored, 4th place. Not too bad for him. 13:10. Is that a PR for him? It might be a PR for him too. Dylan Beard fell to 5th. 13:24. Daniel Roberts was hitting hurdles. I watched his start. Daniel normally gets out super strong. But his start, I feel like he kind of misstepped, which threw him off, and he was hitting hurdles, and he couldn't recover, which I hate for him because y'all know I root for Daniel too. But this is going to be interesting tomorrow because Trey Cunningham runs a very strong 100 too, and we know Sasha Zoya does too. It's going to be a battle between these two because this is going to determine who's going to win that 100K and who's going to get that 50K because I feel like it's going to be the race is going to be between them two tomorrow. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I was just watching Sasha's live, and he's talking about something. I got a lot of pressure for tomorrow. I hate getting second place in these hurdles. I done got second place twice in these slams, but I feel like he gonna be coming for it tomorrow. And Trey probably gonna be coming for it too. But it's good. These events, this slam in Miami was not disappointing. And we start here too. We knew we gonna see some 9-7. I knew we was gonna see it after yesterday with Melissa. And Kenny, Kung Fu Kenny is on a roll. 3 wins already this season. And those Jamaicans, though, Oblique, Seville, King Blake, they was giving him a run for his money, but he pulled away coming home. But all of these men, you see the 6 men under sub 10, even though the time was not legal. It was 2.4 win. Hey, you ran it, though. You ran it. Andre de Grasse, I was excited to see him there. I was hoping for him to run something super fast. But this, I believe, is his 2nd or 3rd race this season. But we all know Andre, when it's time for championships, he's going to be ready. Like, you can look at this and hope that he wins and be looking like, oh, shit, he might not be able to do it when it's time. But we all know that he will. But this was another fast race, another good race, another entertaining race. Kenny was pumped up seeing 979. Not knowing at the time that it wasn't legal, but regardless, you ran it. So shout out to him. Kenny looking good going into the 200, which we know that's his prime. That's his baby. So it's looking like Kenny going to be walking out of here with 200K. But we move to Miss 200K. Melissa Jefferson was the Grand Slam champion here as well. She and Tamari Davis. Gabby Thomas is the favorite in the 200. You look at her, you think, okay, Gabby's going to win this. And then Brittany Brown, you also think would possibly challenge as well because she done beat Gabby at Athlos last year. But Melissa and Tamari coming off the turn, Melissa was in the lead. I want to say Gabby was like around 2nd. Tamari started to make a move coming down that straight. But Gabby was also out too. They was literally fighting at one point. I would say probably about maybe 150, 160. But Gabby took it home for this race, which pulled her all the way up to 2nd place to get her into 50,000. Not bad at all. But Melissa ended up finishing. What did she finish? I think she finished 2nd. No, she finished 3rd. Tamari finished 2nd. So that still kept Melissa. The only way Melissa wasn't winning 100,000 is that she was underneath the top 3. And she finished in the top 3 and she got her 100,000. And Tamari Davis got 30,000. Not bad for them. Not bad for them at all. This was a great first day and second day of Grand Slam in Miami. We got one more tomorrow. I should be probably around like 7, 8. Y'all should see me then. But if you're new here, like I said, please subscribe. If you are not new here, please make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Share the video, subscribe, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.